hit you? You just hit me first. I hit you in self-defense, and I even said that. I got on the phone with Airbnb right away. I called them from my phone, and I said, listen, this guy just pushed me. He just put his hands on me. I do not feel safe. Hey guys, what's up? So I just wanted to jump on here today and do a little story time video. I know that in my Mykonos video, I had mentioned a few times that there would be a story time for my Airbnb. So yeah, basically that's what this video is. I kind of want to give you guys a little bit of the rundown as to the beginning, what happened before we got to Greece. So basically I had looked through a lot of Airbnbs. There wasn't a lot available during the time that we were going. So I was kind of stuck because not only was it the end of the season, so it was still high prices, but there wasn't a lot of options. So there was either something super pricey or something that was, you know, decent price, but maybe not such great quality, or maybe outside of the town, because we wanted to stay in Mykonos town. So we decided, okay, we're gonna stay in the town because it's really essential, but we're gonna stay in a one-room studio apartment. It was just me and my boyfriend, so I really didn't think that it was a big deal. And the studio apartment that I found was really nice. The only main problem with the apartment that I saw on Airbnb was that it was 2 single beds. So I asked them if it was possible to move the single beds together before we got there, just so we have something to sleep on together, so I'm not sleeping on the other side of the room from my boyfriend. We ended up getting to Greece. He told us to message when we were done. We messaged him when we were done. When we were being picked up, a guy, he was like the runner, if you will. So he takes us to the apartment. When he opened the door, immediately we smelled mold. I don't have the highest sense of smell. Like, I smell, yes, fine. But my boyfriend is like a pregnant woman on steroids. Legit, he is so sensitive to smell that I knew that he would smell that. So it was absolutely raunchy. Like, it was so bad, and there was no windows. And immediately as he opened the door, he said, oh, hold on, let me empty the air conditioner first. What did he mean by empty the air conditioner? I was so confused. He goes over to a floor air conditioner and he pulls out a thing full of water and he empties that out. I'm like, that's weird. Like, there's an air conditioner on the wall. Why isn't he using that? It doesn't work, obviously. So the beds, they're not together, but that's neither here nor there. I'm like, whatever, they just didn't put the beds together. We'll figure it out. We look in what was the kitchenette. There was nothing inside. If you opened up the cupboard, it was like mold and dirt and grime, broken, and it just looked horrible. We saw everything, we smelled everything. And I knew immediately, as soon as I smelled the room, I knew my boyfriend would not stay in that. The way that he is sensitive, it is to a whole nother level, and there was no windows. So no windows, no air conditioning. I knew that there would be no chance we were staying in there. And I said to him, what are we gonna do? Like, there is no other place to stay. I looked everywhere. Everything is really booked or really expensive or out of the town. I don't know what to do. I feel so stuck. And he's like, listen, we can't stay here. It's bad. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Definitely can't stay here. So we said to them, listen, we can't stay there. There's mold on the walls. It's not okay. And we spoke to him and he said, listen, there is no cancellation. You will not get your money back. If you want to stay somewhere else, you can, but we're keeping your money. And I'm like, we didn't even stay in the apartment. It was so rude that it doesn't even look like the pictures. And they're like, yeah, no cancellation, keeping your money. So we're like, okay, we're calling Airbnb. We were both kind of going back and forth with Airbnb, and they basically told me, yeah, there is no cancellation. So I'm like, okay, but like, there's mold on the wall. You know, this isn't okay. I can't stay in something like that. It's not safe. It's just not safe. So they said, fine, no problem. You know, take the pictures, send us proof, whatever. By that time, we had already made it very clear to the runner that we were not going to stay there and we needed another place. And they really wanted to make us happy. So they said, listen, we have another apartment. I think you're really gonna like it. Let me take you there. I'm like, okay, great, you know, fine. So he's like, but I have to tell you guys one thing. This apartment is much bigger and much nicer, and I don't have anybody renting it right now, but if I do have somebody that's going to rent it, you're going to have to leave the apartment. And we're kind of like, okay, feeling like very cornered because we have no options. So we're like, okay, we'll see the apartment. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, one more thing. You're gonna have to pay 20 euros extra a night for this apartment. And we're like, what? Okay, that's weird, but let's just see it anyways. So we go and we see the apartment. The apartment is much bigger and much nicer, just as they had said. So we open the door, we see the apartment. It looked really nice. There was windows, there was light, there was a lot of room. I'm like, okay, cool, we can deal with this. We can deal with this. This is fine. I can understand why they're charging more. It's like a full proper apartment at this point with like 3 different places to sleep and, you know, a living room and a proper shower and storage and, you know, windows and everything. So I'm like, okay, I can see it's worth another 20 euros. It's fine, you know, we're gonna do that. So he's like, cash, please. Okay, didn't even think about it. So we give him 120 euros cash. Now, mind you, we were under the impression that we were staying for 6 days. Really, it was 5 nights, and he didn't correct us. He just took the money. Our mistake. Fine, we made a mistake. We had taken the apartment, everything was great. After we were shown the second place, we gave them the money, and then he left. And not even 20 minutes after he left, we realized that there is mold in that apartment as well. And I showed you on the video, again, will be linked down below, but I showed you there is mold above the arch and above the door and next to the door. So if you open the door, you can't see the mold. And if you don't look up into the arch, you won't see the mold. So we didn't see the mold because the one by the door is covered, even though it was covered with the door, but it was covered with paint. You could see that it was like mold though. And the other one was just exposed, but it wasn't like a crazy smell or anything. That's why we didn't even realize at first. I still was in contact with Airbnb from the first apartment. You know, I didn't even cancel the reservation because I didn't have a reservation for this new place. They just took us there on a whim and we paid cash for the extra amount. So I had no reservation, I had no proof that we were staying here, and he also said that if somebody else wants to book it, they can. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna keep the reservation with Airbnb with the other apartment until they decide if they're gonna refund me. So I spoke with Airbnb and I sent them pictures and I said, guys, listen, there is mold in this apartment, it's not okay, I would like a refund. They said, listen, that's fine, we understand, we're happy to give you a 40% refund. I got that message the next morning. So we stayed that night, I got that message the next morning. So I'm like, great. I woke up in the morning and I said to my boyfriend, listen, we got 40% back, everything is good, like that kind of covers the extra 20 euros a night that we had to pay. So he's like, yeah, no problem, fine. If you watched our video, we went on a day trip to Delos and then we came back. We did a really quick stop at the Airbnb and then we were out the rest of the day. I mean, we were out, we were eating this, that, the other, and then we came back for a really quick change, shower, and then we went out for dinner. We decided, let's go back to the apartment and let's like grab a beer. Like, let's get ready to go out. Like, let's go out tonight. It's our first like real night in Mykonos. So we went back to the apartment. We were just kind of sitting around, you know, talking and, you know, trying to discuss the night. And then we had a knock at the door. It was about 10 o'clock at night. And we opened the door and it's the runner. And I'm like, okay, hey, how are you? What's going on? He's like, my boss, he said he's been trying to get a hold of you all day. Here he is, he's on the phone. And I'm like, what? Okay. So I take the phone and he's saying, hi, Samantha, how are you? And I'm like, great, how are you? And he's like, oh, good, good. I am not in the country, but I know that you are speaking with the runner, I don't know his name. And I wanted to ask you, did you do a refund with Airbnb? And I was like, yeah, I actually did. I spoke with them and they gave us 40% back for the first Airbnb because of the mold. And he was like, you get out of my apartment right now. And he flipped out screaming on the phone. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm not gonna get out of your apartment. First of all, it's 10 o'clock at night. Second of all, I paid. Third of all, I paid 20 euros extra a night plus an extra 20 euros because we made a mistake on the amount of days we were there. And you're telling me that I need to leave Like, just like that. I need to leave at 10 o'clock at night in a country that I've never been before, that I have no other reservation for an Airbnb, and you're telling me I have to leave. Why? No, I'm not leaving. Like, you're insane. So I'm telling him, sorry, I'm not leaving. Like, that's not happening. So I hung up the phone and I gave it back to the guy and I said to him, listen, we're not leaving this apartment. We paid for this apartment. This is the apartment that we got. We're not leaving. I'm shutting the door. I'm not doing this right now. I'm not coming in. I don't want to speak to you anymore. That's it. So I shut the door. So again, the guy knocks on the door and my boyfriend opens it. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, listen, my boss, he said he's coming down here right now. And I'm like, I don't care what your boss is doing. Like, tell him to come wherever he wants. I'm not letting anybody in this apartment right now. That's not okay. Like, I told you I'm not leaving. It's not gonna happen. So the guy comes down. I was trying to shut the door as he was coming. He sees that I'm trying to shut the door and he comes charging at me, running full speed, and just bodies me into the door. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, who are you? Are you serious right now? Did you just push me out of the way? And he's like, you need to get out right now. And he's screaming in my face. And I'm like, no way. I'm not getting out. You're crazy. And I'm screaming. And my boyfriend is very, very calm. Like, I was shocked at how calm he was, but then again, not. If you know my boyfriend, you know that he's not the type of person that I am. So I'm furious, like absolutely furious. Who are you to come in at 10:30 at night? I'm in a bad mood at this point. Like, you really just caught me on the wrong day. So I said to him, listen, like, I'm not leaving. Like, you could do whatever you want. And he was actually calling Airbnb while he was in the apartment. Okay, great, call Airbnb. I'm happy to tell them what's going on right now. Like, your help, you're saving me a phone call. And he's like pacing back and forth, trying to get on the phone with Airbnb. And they finally get on the phone. He's like, yes, she is not leaving. You tell her she needs to leave. And I'm like, what? No, like, are you joking? And he's like, they want to talk to you. And I'm like, sure. Hello? And she's like, oh, hi, da-da-da, my name is so-and-so from Airbnb. That, you know, it seems like there's a lot of things going on in the apartment right now. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't understand. This guy just barged in the house at 10:30 at night. He took extra money from us. He's crazy. And he's in the background, she is crazy, she is crazy. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy's insane. I tell her, listen, I don't know what to say. Like, I'm not leaving this apartment. And I give him back the phone and he's saying, do you see, she is so crazy, she is so crazy, she won't leave, she won't leave. And I said to him, dude, I'm not leaving. Like, you're crazy if you think that I'm leaving. I'm not leaving. Like, I'm not going anywhere. I paid for this apartment. I'm staying here tonight. You want me to leave? I'll leave in the morning, but I'm not leaving right now. He's screaming at me. And what do? I scream back. So he gets in my face and he pushed me. He pushed me. I was furious. And I just immediately punched him back. Right back in the same shoulder that he pushed me with. And that was it. Obviously, my boyfriend is like trying to break this up at this time, and this guy is on the phone still. So you see, she is crazy, she hit me, and I'm like, whoa, dude, you're insane right now. You just pushed me, and I have two witnesses, the runner and my boyfriend. So I'm like, are you joking? I hit you? You just hit me first. I hit you in self-defense. And I even said that. I got on the phone with Airbnb right away. I called them from my phone and I said, listen, this guy just pushed me. He just put his hands on me. I do not feel safe. This is not okay at all. So she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Listen, it does not sound like you're in a safe place right now. I do not want you to stay there tonight. Please, from Airbnb, we will provide you with a $250 credit. Please go stay one night in a hotel. You can find another Airbnb after that, but stay at least one night in a hotel. And I'm like, oh, are you serious? Like, it is 11 o'clock at night by now. I need to find an open hotel at 11 o'clock at night to stay in for like 8 hours. Are you serious? So I was like, fine, I have $250 from Airbnb, whatever. They said, just make sure you get a receipt and we'll reimburse you. We actually spoke to the runner because the guy was so out of control. We said to him, you need to leave. My boyfriend was like, you need to get out of here. It's not okay. We need time to get our stuff. Like, please just leave. So the guy left And the runner stayed for a second and he's like, listen, I'm gonna come back and get the keys. Let me know how much time you need. He was really, really nice. So we're like, okay. My boyfriend was like, an hour. And I was like, an hour? You think we're gonna get everything done in an hour? Are you serious? And he's like, babe, like, we don't have a lot of time. So I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. We run through the house, we try to pack everything up. We get another knock at the door because the runner left. We told him leave, come back in an hour. So he left and we get another knock at the door and we think it's him. My boyfriend opens up the door and it's the Airbnb guy. He is on his phone on Airbnb showing us a listing of other apartments in the price range that his is. And he's going, see, I tried to help you guys. I tried to help you guys. Why don't you understand? I tried to help you. Why can't you get that? You just tell Airbnb that you don't want your money back and you can stay. He told us that multiple times. You don't want your money back, then you could stay. But if you want your money back, you need to leave. And I'm like, are you joking? You're really coming here with your phone, shoving your phone in our faces saying, I tried to help you. I tried to help. No, you're fucking bothering us right now. Leave. It's not okay what you're doing. So my boyfriend's like, listen, please just leave. Because I'm screaming at him at the top of my lungs. I'm going insane. Get out of our place. Leave now. We're trying to get out of here. We're trying to pack up, like freaking out. And my boyfriend's like, listen, you need to go. It's not okay what you're doing. So calm, love him. He was like pushing the guy out of the door because the guy was literally trying to like come into the door. So we like shut the door on him. He left. We kept getting our stuff together. I'm trying to look for apartments and my boyfriend's trying to clean really fast and he's trying to get everything out. And the guy comes back and had nowhere to go at that point. So we said, give us like 10 or 15 minutes. We need to find a hotel. So the guy's like, okay, no problem, no problem, no problem. So we look on Airbnb, there's nothing. So I looked on hotels.com to see if there was any hotels. And the hotel that I found was like 180 euros and we had booked it. And then we go to the area where the hotel is listed and it's not a hotel, it's an apartment. We called the guy and we said, listen, where is the apartment? We don't see it at the address that was provided. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Right before you book that, somebody booked that on another website at the exact same time and they booked it first. Like, I'm sorry, it's not available anymore. And we're just like, oh. But they did have another one that they would be able to give us at the same price or similar price. I don't know, it was very confusing. So he was like really weird about the pricing, but basically we were stuck in the middle of the street. We were kind of like, okay, we're not just gonna stand in the middle of a road with no lights or anything. Like, let's just go back towards our old Airbnb, which is like 5 minutes away, walk. So we said, let's just go back there and let's sit near there by the steps. Like, I need to charge my phone because my phone was gonna die. So I went back there and we told the guy to meet us there. We said, meet us by the stairs. So he was like, sure, no problem. He knows where it's at. So basically he had said, don't worry, we just need to clean up. It's gonna be like 5 or 10 minutes and then we're gonna come over and get you. 5 or 10 minutes pass, the guy picks us up and he helps us carry our bags and we walk over to the new place and it's right in the center of where we wanted to be. So it's perfect location, really, really nice place. You can see in the vlog. I'll link that down below for anybody who's interested. Now, I want to tell you the outcome from Airbnb, which is the most important thing to me and how they handled it. So first of all, they did refund for the 180 euro hotel that we got. They also did refund our whole entire amount. Okay, even though the cancellation policy was strict and there was no refunds allowed, they did refund for us because the guy literally pushed me and it was, you know, it was a big issue. So they refunded us for that, but they explained to us that they will not refund us for the 120 euro offsite payment in cash that we provided for him as well. So we were like, okay, that was our fault. We're taking the loss. We're not going to say anything about it. That's it. That's fine. A week or two later, we came back from Greece and I got a phone call from Airbnb. And I had been in contact with them about the refund. So I answered the phone because I recognized the number. They said, listen, we just want to let you know that with the offsite payment, we can go ahead and give that back to you if you have proof that you've paid that. And I'm like, yeah, we have a video. And he admitted on the video that he made us pay an extra 120 euros cash. So we have proof of that. Sure, we're happy to send the video over. And you can also see how he hit me, and you can also see how he screamed at me, because everything of that is in the video. So they were like, okay, fine, you know, please send it over to us. We're happy to go ahead and give you a refund. Just need to see that proof. And I'm like, sure, no problem. So I guess that they were speaking with the guy as well that provided us the Airbnb, because they called me back not even 20 minutes after we got off the phone the first time. And they said, I just want to let you know that you're going to be refunded the 120 euros cash that you paid the guy, because he admitted to you paying that. And we're like, what? Like, really? You don't even need the video? And they're like, no, if you want to send the video, you can, but it's not necessary. We're already refunding you the money. And I'm like, okay, great. This is the situation. It happened. Everything is fine. I'm fine. My boyfriend's fine. We had an amazing time in Greece. We did not let that damper our time at all. It was actually just for me. I said, this is just another story time video, another experience to tell our grandkids, you know, this is just the situation. We can't let this bring us down. This is what he wants. He wants to bring us down, and I won't give him that satisfaction. I just really hope you guys enjoyed this story time video, and if you want to see or hear any more story times from me, please just go ahead and let me know if there's anything specific that you're looking for. Next time I can talk about, you know, myself, my life, where I grew up, how I grew up. If you guys are interested, let me know down in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.